Questions for Coach? Right?
Mark, what did you know about Montez, and did he surprise you guys with his abilities?
I don't know if he surprised us necessarily. He played quite a bit in their the blowout wins that they had in their first two games, and then obviously came in and, at Michigan and did some very good things throwing the ball. Got to give him credit for how he handled things and kept a lot of plays alive with his feet.
Final play, what did that look like from your perspective? Basically, toss to the corner of the end zone. Carrington had been making great plays well his whole career, but including today, just making great plays. Was that it? You just thought that, hey, DC can get open, or what was your thinking there?
Yeah, just with two timeouts, just trying to get a play off quickly and use all four downs. Including a potential kick, and just try to in that situation, obviously we're trying to give a playmaker a chance, and if hopefully it's a safe ball, and that turned out differently.
Tony Brooks James is also in there. Questions here?
I have Coach Lubick back here.
Coach Lubick in the back, right here on the front, Ryan.
Did you have a chance to look at that Bobo catch that originally was ruled out of bounds, and what did you think of that?
Was that the one?
The go-ahead.
The touchdown, yeah. Again, I'm gonna have somebody's have to explain that to me. It looked like the ball spun in his hand, and that's always an incomplete pass. It was an unbelievable job by him of corralling the ball. There's a few things that will certainly get addressed next week by the conference.
Back left, Aaron.
Coach Hoke just talked about giving up a lot of third and longs and how that really hurt the defense. They couldn't get off the field. And I asked him this, I'll ask you this. Did you guys feel like you are still searching for some playmakers on defense who will make other teams have to account for them and make big plays at big moments? Are you guys just lacking those types of impact players right now on defense?
Well, sure. I think, just the nature of it right now, what was that one, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 16, or whatever the other one was, those are gut punches that you have to overcome and withstand. That's kind of what we're talking about in terms of growing up, is you got to bounce back from that. And yeah, we are still searching for that, the pass rusher or the cover guy that we can take over the guys, but that's all of us in it together.
Coach, you talked about that last play, it being a safe pass. From your angle, did you worry as soon as he let it go?
I couldn't see it. That's what I was asking. From where I am, it's a bad angle. So I really haven't seen it truly from any angle.
After last week's game, you said you weren't going to change how you guys go about the 2 points or how you're thinking into it. So what went into your thinking today with not going for 2 points?
Well, we did today what we always do. We lined up in a swing 8 formation, and they covered it. And so, when they cover it, we shift back in and kick the extra point. And like we've always done, if they show that they can cover it, then we kick it.
Colorado a lot better than they have been in the past. What is it? Just their offensive, defensive fronts? Did they have more playmakers just, across the board? Are they just better players now? What do you see in Colorado? Because clearly this was a big win for that program.
Sure. No, it was a great win for them, and congratulations to them. They're a veteran group. They've been really good on defense the last couple of years and made some changes on offense and in special teams that have really helped them.
Aaron, back up.
A lot of the players on this team are used to a lot of games where you guys win by a lot. And judging from earlier this season, it looks like projecting out the rest of the year, you're going to have a lot of games like this. Do you have to do anything as a coach to prepare your guys to be ready to be in more gut check, one-play games than they're used to?
I think more so just seizing any moment, seizing what you think might not matter, is that 2nd and long in the middle of the 2nd quarter. That turns out to be the most important play in the game. And that's how 3rd and 13 happens, or 3rd and 16 is converted. And again, we are all in this together. Coaches, first and foremost, and keeping guys pointed the right direction is a big deal right now. Absolutely.
Steve, on the right.
Mark, if you may have addressed this earlier, if I missed, I'm sorry, but with Tony Brooks James, just your thoughts on how he kind of did in his biggest feature role so far, and just what do you think on the offense without Royce? How does it change you guys?
Obviously Royce is unique, but those other guys have had very good production. There aren't too many things that we're doing differently, with or without Royce. And yeah, Tony did a nice job. Kanai and Taj did good things at times. A couple things we'll want to call a redo on, but for the most part did a good job.
Austin Malawada's in the room behind the glass here. Andrew on the right.
This was by far your best third quarter of the season in terms of response out of halftime. What clicked out of halftime that really hadn't in the previous games?
Well, turnovers obviously were big, and we made a couple changes on defense to try to defend some things that were hurting us in the first half, and then the offense answered with a couple touchdowns.
A couple days ago, you said that before the Nebraska game, you had a horrible Friday walkthrough. Maybe kind of going into that game, you could see something might not be right with the focus. Looking back at this week of practice, was there anything that you kind of look back and say, maybe we weren't quite where our heads were in the right spot, or was this stunning to you?
Today, just we had a little malaise to us, as far as the start of the game, and that's very uncharacteristic. But yeah, we had a very good week of practice. Our preparation was good. Our focus was good. And then for whatever reason, we let that slip at the beginning, and you have to give them credit as well.
Right here in the middle.
How would you compare Dakota through 4 games compared to Vernon through 4 games healthy last year?
Totally different. Yeah, I couldn't even do that right now. I apologize.
Ian on the right.
Mark, what's that gamut of emotions there when you're driving, you're down to the 7, and then when it's intercepted, it just sort of all comes to an end right there? What's that emotion like to go through?
I've never been in a train wreck, but that's probably what it would feel like. But yeah, we're like I said earlier, I'm not sure if you were in here. We're trying to get a safe play and just get the ball out to the corner and just give it a shot. And at worst case scenario, obviously, the worst case scenario obviously happened, but us in that situation just trying to take as little time as we can off the clock, and then still be able to have some run pass options coming, run or pass the ball with timeouts going forward.
Back right.
Mark, just like in last week against Nebraska, you're down by 1 score in the fourth quarter. Do you see any similarities between this game and Nebraska?
The wrong team winning at the end by 3 points. I think it's gonna be a tough another tough pill to swallow as far as the film and again, but as long as everybody sticks together and owns what they need to own, starting with me, we'll come out the other side.
All right, great. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.